What is going on, guys? Quality XA here today, and today I am bringing you guys a brand new video on some of the news that has come around this week. Some pretty awesome news to talk about, specifically talking about some of the changes to exotics and weapons in general. As well as that, we've also got some tweets to cover. So regardless, let's get right into this. So first off, as you guys know, we have a brand new Emblem aura system, where when you actually activate an emblem, you will get an aura above your head. So you can see here we have Glory to the Emperor. This tracks the number of times you've cleared the Leviathan raid and raid leads on prestige difficulty. When you actually complete this and use this, you can see it applies an orange crown aura. Now, there was a lot of speculation asking if this is permanent. Now, it was confirmed by DMG that it is not. So he got a tweet saying, "Will auras only be active for the week that they go away after reset?" I don't think it was mentioned in the TWAB, but I imagine so. And DMG replied, "Auras will be active for 14 days after meeting requirements, i.e. going flawless in trials, for example. They'll still expire after an amount of time, but not at the following reset." So you will actually get 14 days of that aura. What you guys have to know is once that aura does run out, you're then eligible to go and do another prestige raid, let's say, or do another flawless in trials, and it will last another 14 days. So pretty awesome indeed. It just adds to that grind, and 14 days is a pretty long time to have it instead of having it for the bog standard of the weekly reset, where you could complete, let's say, a flawless trials on Saturday, and then during the reset you would lose that aura. So pretty annoying, but sounds like they've got a cool fix for this and some awesome auras to look forward to. Moving on now, we're actually going to be talking about some of the new patch notes. So the following are general patch notes which are coming from Destiny the Update 1.1.3. There's going to be a fixed issue where the Phoenix dive ability can be used to get out of the intended play space, fixing an issue where players could receive a loss in Trials of the Nine if opponents leave multiple matches in a row. The Crucible helmet ornament will now gain unlock progress from Trials of the Nine wins in addition to competitive match wins. And last but not least, you have projectiles from the Colony exotic properly track enemies on PC when frame rate is set higher than 30 FPS. So some really cool fixes there. And yeah, definitely one that I really like is the Crucible helmet ornament. I do love playing Trials of the Nine, but I don't want to grind out on Crucible all the time. So playing Trials is obviously a little bit more competitive, but in my opinion, a little bit more fun as well. Also, the issue where they fixed it so that you wouldn't receive a loss in Trials of the Nine if opponents leave multiple matches in a row is also a big help. That did actually happen to me once, unfortunately, but glad that they have fixed that. Now, talking about that patch notes, you guys can see here on the weekly reset on the 27th of February on Tuesday, you guys can see that the Destiny servers will actually be brought offline for maintenance at 8 AM Pacific time. There will be the server maintenance is going to be scheduled to begin at 9 AM. Players still in Destiny 2 activities will be returned to the title screen, and at 10 AM the Destiny server maintenance is scheduled to conclude, which is about 6 PM UK time. So pretty awesome indeed, a really quick maintenance service there. Pretty awesome indeed. And then last but not least, we have some Reddit posts from DMG where he actually talks about some of the new sandbox changes and changes in general for some of the new weapons. So he says, "Noosk and the Sandbox team are kicking ass. I'm personally excited for the Graviton." And then he got a reply saying, "Any news on the tractor cannon? More ragdoll." And DMG replies, "Something better. Still in test. We'll speak again with the Sandbox team before the changes go live. Stay tuned." Something better than more ragdoll is pretty unbelievable. I'm really hoping that the shotgun, the tractor cannon, will absolutely destroy enemies, especially in PvE. I do believe it needs to do a little bit more PvE damage, and then it will be a little bit more viable as a shotgun. But regardless, still pretty decent, and it does need a buff. Next up, he said this on the Destiny 2 development roadmap. Sandbox teams are hard at work on balance changes. Snipers and shotguns will get some tweaks, making them much more viable in your power slot. Coming from a playtest yesterday, things felt pretty good. I'll see if we can sit down with a Sandbox team and have a TWAB segment to go over more of their work in the coming weeks. Want to make sure that they are not stealing valuable time from them, though. The minutes spent typing out copy for the TWAB are minutes lost against Sandbox passes. Stay tuned. So hopefully we do actually hear from the Sandbox team, but I won't be annoyed if we don't. Really hoping for the best changes and the best ways that we can play the Sandbox for Destiny. So cannot wait to see what changes they are, regardless if they talk to us or not, but it would be nice to see what changes that they are making. And then last but not least, we have this last Reddit post, and DMG says, "We're testing against both PvP and PvE environments. We've gotten a few players from around the studio to form a team Velveeta of sorts for playing Sandbox balancing. We hit Nightfalls, Crucible, and have rounds of feedback with the devs on what felt good, what felt OP, and what wasn't working, etc. Like the Prometheus lens issue you called out. We're looking to apply more love to testing multiple game modes in an attempt to avoid this happening again. Only good bugs, a dead bug." So, really cool indeed. I really love the way that we are getting this communication. If you guys didn't realise, in Destiny 1 there was a load of tuning in which they messed around with some weapons, and say if a weapon wasn't good in Crucible but was good in PvE, they wanted to buff it in Crucible. So they'd make it good in Crucible, which would then actually make it not good in PvE. Some of the weapons they really messed up in Destiny 1, so glad that they are going thorough with these tests, making them in PvE and PvP, whether that be the Nightfalls, Crucible, Strikes, whatever you guys want, that they are testing in, so really glad that they are doing that. But yes guys, that's pretty much this video. If you did enjoy it, a like is much appreciated, as well as subscribing if you guys are new around here for the latest and greatest content. But as always, peace out, and I hope you enjoyed.